Max Dieter from Innogy Consulting.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Monty. Glad you all made it back from Stigar Club yesterday. So yes, let me tell you a little bit about the energy sector. My name is Max. I am with Innogy Consulting, which is actually the in-house consultancy of E.ON, not of E.ON, of Innogy. Innogy being one of the largest utilities in the German market. We actually produce, distribute, and sell energy. We're very proud of that. We have 40,000 employees and roughly 20 million customers that we service to. And today I want to tell you a little bit about how we are planning to become a company that makes money from kilobytes, so data, where we used to be making money from kilowatt hours, pretty much. Our mission is to make energy green, to make homes smarter, and to make mobility more sustainable. And our plan is to use digital and data-driven methods in order to get there. If we want to use those methods, we essentially also need to become a pure digital player, so a pure digital company. And it's not easy to turn a large corporation like ours into a digital piece. We have identified 5 major areas that we need to tackle in order to become a digital company. And it starts with one core area that we call customer centricity. And that's stuff you are well aware of, things like programmatic buying, like creating unique customer experiences, like being innovative when talking to your customers in the sense of using chatbots, for example. The second area, and that's probably even more important, is the energy transition. And we stand for energy transition in the German market, where we need to take care of decentralization of energy production. And that's just a trend where it's going, and we need to see how we get to that point and be part of it. It's around how do you make energy grids smarter? How do you bring sensors into that and thereby optimize the distribution of energy? And it's also about how we leverage existing technologies like batteries to be more efficient. The third area is super exciting from my point of view. It's connected living, where it's all about smart home and a new way of dealing with that. How do you use light poles that used to be dumb and they become smart? How do we use that for our business model? Fourth area is key technologies. So how do we leverage things like blockchain, robotization of processes, big data, our topic of today, AI, machine learning to transform ourselves. Usually stuff that sits with IT. And the last, and also from my point of view, a very important point is digital DNA. So this is all around how do we convert a company into a place where digital natives want to work? How do we hire them? How do we skill them up? How do we retain them? And what are new methods like Agile, how we work on digital topics? And those 5 areas are quite key, but they're distributed within the organization. So DNA is on HR, key technologies is often in IT. Energy transition and connected living for us is a product department. And then customer centricity sits with marketing. And all of those guys, they need to have a clear strategy on what they're going for within their pillar. But there also needs to be a big connecting strategy on top of that. And that's key to really transform. I want to give you a quick example of one company within our corporation that kind of tackled 2 of these areas. They started engaging more into customer centricity while using data as a kind of powering engine for that. And that company is called Fresh Energy. It's actually a startup that has been founded out of our innovation and venture boutique. And Fresh Energy I would call a real data-driven utility company. What do? If you go with a contract with them, they sell you energy, like Innogy is doing, but they first of all give you 100% renewable energy in the first place. And the second nice thing with that is, and it's a bit special for the German market probably, is they give you a smart meter for free, which is actually exciting for a German market because it's not that we all have smart meters that are being rolled out by government. So what they do is they give you a smart meter, and that smart meter can measure your energy consumption on a second-by-second basis. And what smart energy then does is they take that data coming from the smart meter, and they disaggregate it in the sense, and you can see that in the middle part, that they can then figure out which appliances, which electronical devices within your household is consuming how much energy at what time. And thereby kind of giving you transparency on what's happening in your household. And that's customer centricity in the first place, because the consumer is actually now in full control of what's happening. They can see where they can optimize their household in terms of energy consumption, and they have full cost control. Also exciting for them is that they don't pay a flat fee like months on months, and at the end of the year, people tell them that they need to pay a little more or pay a little less, but they really pay on what they consume. Yeah? So if they pay, I don't know, 50 euros the first month, and then they see that's too much, I want to save energy, they can do that, and next month they will see the impact in their bill right away, which is quite nice. So that's the consumer side of things. And for us, it's perfect because what they have done is they have become more independent from selling kilowatt hours, and they've created a new asset, which is that data stream coming from that smart meter. And with that smart meter, they can now monetize that data feed. Let me give you an example for that. Because we know how often a washing machine in that household is now running, we can predict how much soap they're consuming and when they might be done with their soap and they need a new box. And this is stuff that advertisers are interested to know, so they can offer a new box of washing powder. Same is true with the appliances itself, with the electronics. We can see that you might have an inefficient fridge, and then we can sell that information to other people offering you a new and very efficient fridge. Exciting for smart energy that they've created that. And I want to leave you with that one big question. How do we transform and come up with new business models like smart energy, Fresh Energy did, while having the scale of a large corporation like Innogy and bringing that in, so it's not just a startup doing a little bit of money with kilobytes, but it's actually a large corporation that can be funded with that, and they make kilo cash with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Max.